Group A of the 2014 FIFA World Cup consisted of Brazil, Croatia, Mexico and Cameroon. Play began on June 12 and ended on June 23, 2014. Teams, notes. Standings: Brazil advanced to play Chile in the round of 16. Mexico advanced to play Netherlands in the round of 16. Matches: Brazil vs Croatia. The two teams had met in two previous matches, including in the 2006 FIFA World Cup group stage, won by Brazil 1-0. Croatia forward Mario Mandzukic was suspended for the match, after being sent off in the team's final qualifier against Iceland. Croatia opened the scoring through a Marcelo own goal, as the ball bounced off him into the net after Nikola Jovic deflected Ivica Olia's cross. Neymar equalized for the hosts with a 25-yard shot after receiving a pass from Oscar. In the second half, Brazil took the lead with Neymar's penalty after Dejan Lovren was judged to have fouled Fred in the penalty area. Croatia had a potential equalizer disallowed, after a foul was called on the Brazilian goalkeeper, January Leo Czar. In added time, Oscar sealed the win, toe-poking the third goal for Brazil from 22 yards after receiving a pass from Ramirez. Post-match, FIFA referees chief, Massimo Busacca, defended the officials for awarding the penalty, and insisted there had been some contact between Lovren and Fred even if it was minimal. On the other hand, renowned former top-level FIFA referee Marcus Merck criticized FIFA for having Yuichi Nishimura as the referee in the opening match, labeling the refereeing in the match as embarrassing. The game was notable for a number of pioneering events. This was the first occasion in FIFA World Cup history on which an own goal opened scoring in the tournament. As the first game played at this World Cup, the match also saw the first use of vanishing spray to mark free-kick spots, and the advent of goal line technology, two innovations introduced during the tournament. Mexico vs Cameroon. The two teams had met in one previous match, in a friendly in 1993, won by Mexico 1-0. Mexico's Giovanni dos Santos had two goals disallowed for offside in the first half. However, replays showed that he was in line with the last defender for the first case, whilst the ball came from a Cameroon player for the second. In the second half, dos Santos had a shot saved by the Cameroon goalkeeper, Charles Etange, but the ball rebounded into the path of Ori Peralta, who slotted the ball into the net. Mexico captain Rafael Marquez made history by becoming the first player to captain his nation in 4 different World Cups. Samuel Eto'o also appeared in his 4th World Cup, joining fellow Cameroonians Jacques Songolo and Rigobert Song as the only African players to have achieved the feat. Brazil vs Mexico. The two teams had met in 38 previous matches, including 3 times in the FIFA World Cup group stage, all won by Brazil. Their most recent meeting was in the 2013 FIFA Confederations Cup group stage, won by Brazil 2-0. Mexican goalkeeper Guillermo Ochoa made 4 outstanding saves to deny Brazil. In the first half he saved a header from Neymar diving to his right to push around the post and blocked a close-range effort from Paulinho. In the second half he saved a low shot from Neymar and a late point-blank header from Thiago Silva. This was the first time since the 1970 FIFA World Cup that the host team drew 0-0 in the group stage. Mexico became the first team from outside UEFA or CONMEBOL to take a point from Brazil in the World Cup. Cameroon vs Croatia. The two teams had never met before. In a match where both teams needed at least a point to stay alive in the competition, Croatia opened scoring when Ivica Olia scored from close range from Ivan Pereira's pass. Just before half-time, Cameroon was reduced to 10 men when Alex Song was dismissed for an off-the-ball incident with Mario Mandzukic. Pereira scored at the beginning of the second half when he intercepted Cameroonian goalkeeper Charles Etange's goal kick and ran 50 yards before slotting in at the near post. Mandzukic scored the last 2 goals, the first a header from Danijel Pranja's corner and the second a tap-in after Etange parried Eduardo's shot into his path. The result confirmed Cameroon's elimination from the tournament. In a case of infighting, Cameroonian defender Benawa registered trademark Tiasa Ikonto was caught on camera head-butting teammate Benjamin Mukanjo. Song later apologized to Manda Zuka and his country for his ejection, while Cameroonian coach Volker Fink said he was very disappointed with their performance. On July 1, 2014, Cameroon officials announced that they had opened an investigation on claims that 7 of the Cameroon's players were involved in fixing the result. However, FIFA said there was no evidence that there were any match fixing in any of Cameroon's matches. Olia, who previously scored a goal in the 2002 World Cup, became the second player to have a 12-year gap between World Cup goals, after Michael Laudrup in 1986 and 1998. Manda Zuka became the first Croatian player to score a brace in a World Cup game. The 4-0 scoreline was also the biggest win by Croatia in the World Cup. Cameroon vs Brazil, the two teams had met in 4 previous matches, including in the 1994 FIFA World Cup group stage, won by Brazil 3-0. Their most recent meeting was in the 2003 FIFA Confederations Cup group stage, won by Cameroon 1-0. Cameroon midfielder Alex Song was suspended for the match, after being sent off in the previous match against Croatia. Brazil, where a draw would guarantee their qualification to the knockout stage, opened the scoring in the 17th minute when Luis Gustavo crossed from the left for Neymar to beat the goalkeeper with a first-time low side-footed finish to the corner. Already eliminated Cameroon equalized when Alan Miam beat Dani Alves on the left before crossing for Joel Matip to finish from close range. Neymar put Brazil back in front when he collected the ball from Marcelo and ran at goal before finishing with a low right foot shot that wrong-footed the goalkeeper from just inside the penalty area. In the second half David Luiz crossed from the left for Fred to extend Brazil's lead with a close-range header before half-time substitute Fernandinho completed the scoring when he collected a pass from Oscar before finishing with a low right-footed shot. The result assured that Brazil pipped Mexico on goal difference to qualify to the knockout stage as group winners. The match was Brazil's 100th in the World Cup, and they followed Germany to become the second team to reach the milestone. Croatia vs Mexico. The two teams had met in 3 previous matches, including in the 2002 FIFA World Cup group stage, won by Mexico 1-0. Coming into the final round of matches, Croatia needed to win to guarantee qualification to the knockout stage regardless of the result of Cameroon vs Brazil, while Mexico only needed a draw to do so. The game was goalless for the first 70 minutes, until a hard copyright to Herrera corner to the back post allowed Rafael Marquez to score from a header, outleaping the Croatian defenders. With Croatia progressing only by way of a win, they were caught out on a break a short time later where André Copyrightes Guardado scored after receiving a pass from Uri Peralta. Mexico scored their third goal when Marquez flecked on Guardado's corner with substitute Javier Hernandez scoring at the back post. Ivan Pereira scored in his second consecutive World Cup match after a neat back pass from Ivan Rakisha to get a consolation goal for Croatia in the closing minutes of the game, before Croatia's Ante Rebic was sent off for a foul on Carlos P+or-A. Mexico qualified as group runners-up on virtue of the win, while Croatia were eliminated. With his goal, Marquez joined Contra Copyright Mock Blanco as the only Mexican player to score in 3 World Cups. References. External links, 2014 FIFA World Cup Grouper, FIFA.com.